Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Bashim Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. This is Psalms 10 and 3, 110 and 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of the holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. So people will be willing to obey Yahweh Shemel Shah when they see his men out here with spiritual powers. Now let's go to the book of Judges. Concerning Samson, because the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai was on that man. I want to go to the account when he killed all those people with the jawbone ass. This is Judges chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 1. This is Judges 15 and 1. But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of the wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid, and he said, I will go into my wife into the chamber, but her father would not suffer him to go in. And her father said, I verily thought that thou hast utterly hated her, therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not thy younger sister fairer than she? Not her younger sister fairer than she? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her. So her little sister looked it better than her. She was prettier than her. You know? Continuing on, it says, verse 2, and her father said, verse 3, and Samson said concerning them, now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst of these, between two tails. Yeah. So he went and caught 300 foxes, and he was putting something together. And when he had set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines, and burnt up both the shocks, and also the standing corn with the vines and olives. Then the Philistines said, who hath done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion. And the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with fire. And Samson said unto them, though ye done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease. And he smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and dwelt in the top of the rock Etam. Then the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah, and spread themselves in Leh. And the men of Judah said, why are ye come up against us? And they answered, to bind Samson are we come up to do to him as he had done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Etam, and said to Samson, knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done to us? And he said unto them, as they did unto me, so I have done unto them. You know, and you see how sell out our people it is, man. And they said, verse 12, and they said unto him, we are come to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, swear thou unto me that ye will not fall upon me yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, no, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand. But surely we will not kill thee. And thou bind him. And they bound him with the two cords, and brought him unto the rock. See y'all how sellout our people are, man. And when he had came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loose from off his hands. So this man had spiritual powers, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shema was with him from the day of his birth, man. Because his parents took the vow of a Nazarite, I believe, if I'm saying that word right, a Nazarite. So the spirit of Yahweh Shema was dealing with him, man, heavily. Verse 14, when he came up to, I already read that. Verse 15, he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. So this man, this great man, Samson, which they made a movie about him. Of course, it was, I believe, it looked like an Edomite, but I think it was probably a northern tribe. But they made a movie about Samson and his great works. Of course, Esau had his spin on it. I never seen the movie, but when I reading this story, it made me think about it, through the spirit. Samson was a great man, and he killed 1,000 men. 1,000 men with the jawbone of an ass. Going back to the scripture that I pulled, this was just a little inkling of the spiritual powers that Yahweh Shema gonna get those men. This is just an example. This is Psalms 110 and 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of the holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast to do of thy youth. So our people are gonna be willing in the day of the power, man, of our power, not our, but the elect's power, man. When they got them spiritual powers. Let me get one more precept. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of elements. Because everything is made out of elements. And Yahweh Shema is going to give us that knowledge to know how to manipulate the elements, man. To make it, we can have Magneto.